Good morning, everyone. It's the end of 2021, and I want to talk to you about what it's costing you to do your social media business. So, I'm not even going to talk about all those classes you've been paying for all this year. Now, if you've been getting a lot of free classes and you're still going for a free class every month, we need to talk to you about saving some time because you're wasting time thinking you don't know enough yet, and that's not the case. But here's one thought that has been coming across as I talk to people. I realize many of them are in the space that I was in 2020, where you don't really understand all the systems that it takes to build automation into your social media marketing. So, first of all, many of you are already in network marketing. And oh, by the way, I'm Marla Kopal, and I have been coaching and mentoring online marketers now for some time, and I've been in sales for way longer than that. So, I run into two situations with people that I work with. One is they don't know how to get themselves out in front of people. And then the second one is when they get in front of people, they don't know how to hold the conversation. I can do both. And depending on where you are in your desires, goals, and vision, then I can bring in the skills that help you get to that place you want to get. Well, one of the skill areas that I needed to enhance in 2020 was to understand which systems could I use and keep within a budget. So I'll just give you one example. I pay $120 less for one of my systems than other people are doing because there's somebody with a rock star persona that's selling that one. Well, good. I'm glad people are buying that one. I'm glad it's there. And also the seminars are 3 and 4 times the cost that I'm paying. But I actually have one of the originals systems in the business that is enhanced on a monthly basis. And so I really like that. So if you're looking for ways to save some costs, get out of some expensive systems, then we should have a conversation. My thought right now is if you can't pay for your services, all the services that it takes to run your online business for less than $200 a month, you're not looking in the right place. Now, I spend more than that, but because I've brought members into some of the other affiliate programs, I've reduced my costs. So what you want to look at is what are all the ways that even if you're on the bottom line, it looks like you're spending more, where are you getting paid back for some of those services? And that's another whole conversation. This is actually a one-off conversation that I need to have with people so that I can help them sort and get rid of the stuff that they're not using, get rid of the stuff that they thought would be nice to have, and just get down to a true function. So one of the things I found myself doing in 2020 is I was looking at so many systems, but some days I was having to open 7 and 8 sites to do my job. Well, that's crazy. So I finally found a system that gave me everything. So let's talk about what it is that you need to do business. Some people think you need to do a personalized website. Well, let's talk about that. You don't need a personalized website that costs you over a few dollars a month. You don't need someone to design you something powerful and wonderful. Remember, a website is like a business card. It just says, I'm here. The job is to get people to that website. So it actually, the more simple you are, then you've got more energy spent on getting people to the site. So everybody, it's like you're going to go to the ball and you want to go out and get the best ball gown there is and the shoes and the hair. That's all the website is. It does not get people to know you. It does not get them to trust you. It does not get them to like you. That energy has to come from somewhere else. And if you're putting a few $1,000s into a website, which many are, then you really want to reconsider that. Now, there are some people who are setting up some dynamics where they're running lists and offering services. That's fine, but that can still be done more economically than someone who's out there acting as a website builder and doesn't understand where you're going. You really want to always work with someone who says, how can I make this simple for you? How can I make this simple for you? A lot of that website building is they're building in some tacked on update costs so that you're consistently going to have to interact with them. Well, get out of that cost, because that's a lot of money down the tubes before you even have money coming in the door. So websites can wait. Now, landing pages, those are easy to do. Those can be done through an email system, or they can be done through a system like I have and that I work with, that is a compilation of multiple systems, so that I only have to do one-stop marketing. I got everything there. I've got all the tools. So what are some of the tools that you need when you're in your business? Well, first of all, you need a customer relationship management system. What is it? Well, if you've heard people throw the term CRM around, it's actually your opportunity to have your people in your email list. But if you're making phone calls to them, you can log and note the calls, note the conversation, and set yourself a follow-up date. It's a really great management tool to keep you on track and to keep you into conversation with people, because it's actually the conversation that builds the relationship. Next is your automated email campaigns. You want to build, so we'll talk about building an email list in a minute, but you've got an email list, and what you want to do is you want to get some good copywriting going so that you're not always just spamming them an ad or spamming them a discount, whatever. Now, I still have moments where my company has a special and I send out discounts, but I work on additionally sending a newsletter to give them just some health tips. And that's always evolving. So there's always room for all of us to do these automated email campaign systems. Then there's automated systems for, like, let's say you make an offer. So if I have, like I do right now, I have an offer of 111 prosperity affirmations, then people come into an email list when they hear that, and because they want those, and I give some instruction with that. And then there might be some follow-up emails with that randomly. It's not like I'm going to send something to them every day, but just randomly to let them know, oh, have you thought of this? Have you thought of that? So there's a lot of strategy behind this. If you're listening to all these systems, when you work with me, I'm going to review your systems and see where can we save you some money. And at the same time, I'm going to say what strategies are you using that are effective, what strategies are you using that are not effective, and is there a strategy you should have, and therefore is there a system you should have? So I did a lot of trading out on systems last year. So I used to use one email system, and they said they could give me a website and they could do things, but some of the integrations they promised, they weren't there. Good morning. And so those integrations were critical to me, but I wasn't sure how to find them. And I finally found them and saved $40 a month by switching to another system that's more robust and costs me less. And so I find that fascinating. Now, a lot of these systems are free until you get going, but you really have to ask yourself, when they're free, what service am I not getting? So in one particular case, I'm going to give you a clue here on a system that I use. If you go in and you use the free version, they require a double opt-in on your email list. So let's say you're transferring an email list from a current company. You bring it over into the free system. Now, all of those people are going to stop getting your emails until they see, either in their spam or their junk or their regular email, your email asking them to opt into your new system. So you know what? You lose. You lose when you go free. So possibly what you want to do is to go ahead and figure out a way to come over and spend a little bit and get a lot of value. And I help people look at those things and see what they need to do. Let's talk about funnels. There's a company out there I know that sells you on a funnel system, and it's going to cost you over $200 a month just for that system. And then they sell you a copywriting program so that you can automatically copy and make your emails. And that'll cost you $700 for that software. Well, I was actually looking at that because I didn't know there was something more simple out there. And luckily, I kept looking and I found a friend who tuned me on to her system that gives me templated funnels. I just have to plug and play, plug and market. Oh my gosh. And they've given 3 updates this year that have helped me. And I'm saving $100. I'm saving $130 a month by not going with the other system. So they also had for me something that the more expensive system did not have. They have prepackaged education. So now when I help people like you get started in improving your social media marketing, I can offer you prepackaged products that will take you through some learning steps on either how to communicate with people, how to build your list, how to build your community, how to get people to know, like, and trust you. It's fascinating. These are all things I used to teach, but I'm so glad they're in a prepackaged program, because now all I get to do is to take you through what you are afraid to implement. I'm an implementer. So as a mentor, I'm going to help you implement. You can have all the great ideas in your head as you want, but if you aren't implementing, you are not doing your business. So I help you do your business. So I help you assess your tools, see what you have that's a waste of time, a waste of money. Let's see what you have that you don't have in place, or that you're not using appropriately and strongly enough to implement and be more successful. And then there's other things like webinar tools like Zoom. And then you have phone apps, and then you have editing tools for your videos. And then there's design tools for posts and presentations and ebooks and more. So the thing is this, and this is not a complete list. What I want to say is, if you are planning for 2022 and you are feeling that you are not understanding all of your costs, how to control your costs, and if you're not measuring what's been effective for you and what you need to let go of, then that's where you bring in a neutral party like me. I got the systems I love, but I also took 9 months in 2020 being stressed over systems, trying to figure it out, testing a lot of them. And I realized that, there's systems out there that are great for someone, but they may not be your system. So I can help you assess, are you in one system, and then how much time is it taking to manage that? And do you need to get out of one system and back into a more composed, complete, full house system? So if this doesn't make sense to you, then you're probably not my client. If this makes sense to some of you, like you feel you're going in and out of 5 different programs on a daily basis to do your business, to make your posts, to make your content. I'm just talking about systems. I'm not even talking about the platforms. I'm not talking about Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. I'm talking about what does your back office look like? How are you managing your day-to-day business? What is the structure for your social media marketing support? That's where we want to play. And it is time to do a review for 2022. So you just get a hold of me at successwithmarla.com, and I'll let you know how I can help. And it's complimentary. So you just have to stay in touch and go ahead and subscribe to me on YouTube, Marla M. Copal. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.